Today we are covering stage 27 vocab. So our first word is Ardeo. It's an adverb meaning so much or so greatly. It's one of our indicator words for the result clause, which we're going to talk about in this chapter. Adventus is a fourth declension masculine noun meaning arrival. In the Christian church, the Advent season is the season where Jesus arrives, so you can kind of remember it that way. Antea is an adverb meaning before. Obviously, it's the antonym of the word post, which means after. Apero, apere, aperui is a second conjugation verb. And remember, we know it's a second conjugation because of the E with the long mark here. And it means to appear, like the rabbit appearing out of the hat, or an apparition that appears out of nowhere. Ardeo, ardēre, arsi is a, again, second conjugation verb. Remember that long E right there. It means to burn or to be on fire. It's synonymous with incendo, but whoever does it, who's doing the action changes. So here we would say the sticks are on fire. And we obviously get words like ardent, when you have a fiery passion, or arson, where you're actually setting on stuff on fire. Certamen, certaminis is a word we've seen when we talk about certamen in Latin world. It's a third declension neuter noun meaning a struggle, fight, or a contest. Comitis is a third declension noun, and it can be masculine or feminine depending on the group of people, and it means comrades or companions. Obviously, not like the communist comrade, but still kind of the idea of it's a group of people that you're working closely with. We get the English word count from it because the counts are the companions of your king. Decet is an impersonal verb, which means it only comes in this form here, meaning it is proper. When you pair it with me decet, it means I ought to do something. That's why we get the word decent from this verb. Facis is a third declension feminine noun meaning torch. You can see here in this bronze figurine, she's holding a torch. Now remember, if you're trying to remember that it's feminine, any third declension noun ending in X is going to be feminine, with the exception of people words like rex. Gaudeo, gaudēre, again, is a second conjugation verb because of that long E in this infinitive form, and it means to be pleased or to rejoice, like these people rejoicing that they are on summer break. Ignarus arum is a 2-1-2 adjective. Remember, that means it takes its endings from the first and second declension nouns. And it means not known or unaware, like this person walking is unaware of the manhole cover in front of him. Impero, imperare, imperavi is a first conjugation verb because of that A here in the infinitive form. And it's a special verb, so that means when you order someone, you're ordering a dative. Right? And it's related to the Latin noun imperium, which means power, but it literally means power to give orders. And we get the English word imperative from it, because those are the orders given. So this is the verb form of that. Incendo, incendere, incendi, incensus is a third conjugation verb. We know that because of the short E here. And it's to burn or to set on fire. So you could say a person set these sticks on fire. It's obviously a synonym with Ardeo. Insidiae, incendiarum is a first declension feminine noun that we usually only see in the plural. It means trap or ambush. And so we get the word insidious from it. It's a hidden evil thing. Or Admiral Akbar here would say, sunt insidiae. Yokos yoki is a second declension masculine noun meaning a joke. Lussum iussi is a second declension neuter noun. Remember, we know it's neuter because of the here. And it's the physical order. All right? And it's obviously related to the verb eubeo, to order. Manus is a word we've seen before. It's a fourth declension feminine noun, and we've seen it meaning a hand. But now it also means a band of soldiers. All right, so you can imagine that the Romans are envisioning a band of soldiers as a group of 5 soldiers, probably. Here, the title of the HBO show would have been Manus fratrum. Noceo, nocēre, nocui is a second conjugation verb, and it's another special one. So that means we have a dative coming after it, and it means to hurt. So noceo owo, I hurt the egg. Occurro, occurre, occurri is a third conjugation verb, and another special verb, meaning it has a dative. It means to meet. We get the word occurrences from it. Osculum, osculi, is a second declension neuter noun. Again, the um lets us know it's neuter. It means kiss. Obviously not this type of kiss, but you get the idea. Praecaps, 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 in its genitive form is praeciptus, is a third declension adjective meaning headlong. The bull charged headlong into the cloth. Now, obviously, you're given the genitive because between the nominative forms here and the genitive, there's a change. And so we want to make sure you get that stem. Primium, primii is a second declension neuter noun, meaning prize or reward. Here, our young Augustus is wearing his prize of the corona civica for saving a citizen. Proximus, aum, is another 2-1-2 adjective, meaning nearest. So proximity is the word we get, the English word we get from it. And here we have the app showing us the nearest gas stations. Qualis, qualis, quale is a third declension adjective that also functions as a question. It means what sort of. And we get the word qualify from it because you're asking to understand what sort of person they might be. Silentium, silentii is a second declension neuter noun meaning silence. So these two actors are in silence right now. Sub is a preposition that we've seen before. We've seen it with ablative, and now we're going to see it with accusative. It means under or beneath, and that's where we get submarine, subterranean, and all those words from it. Now remember, ablatives are used to show where something is under, while accusative is to show where something is going under. All right, so the submarine here is under the water, but if you wanted to say the submarine is going under the water, we would then have to use the accusative. And then we have Tacitus aum. It's a 2-1-2 adjective that means silent. So the actors are silent. So we have the actors are standing in silence, silentium, and then we have the actors are silent, Tacitus. It's obviously related to the verb takeo, where it means to be quiet. And then Taedet. It's another impersonal verb meaning it is tiring. When you say the words me taedet, it means I'm bored or I am tired. We get the word tedious from it, and that's something that causes you to be tired. And Tantus aum is another 2-1-2 adjective, means so great or such a great. And it's an indicator word for the result clause. And that's all we have for today. So as always, if you have questions, feel free to ask them below, or go ahead and ask them in class, and don't forget to subscribe.